CUMO Microfinance Limited is a not-for-profit company which provides financial services and entrepreneurship mentoring to rural communities in 14 districts of Malawi. The company's mission is to improve economic lives of the rural poor. Ezekiel Piri is the Chief Executive Officer of CUMO Microfinance Limited.
CUMO actually started in 2000, and it started off as a project in Concern Universal, arising from Concern Universal's rural livelihoods project, whereby Concern Universal was assisting people in rural villages to help them improve their survival by ensuring that they are producing sufficient food. Now, as the people started becoming more food secure, they were producing surpluses, which when they sold, they raised some money. The question was, what do we do with this money? Where do we keep it? So Concern Universal started a project which was called Concern Universal Microfinance Operations within itself. And the first task they were doing is to facilitate savings amongst the rural poor.
Concern Universal is one of the non-governmental organizations operating in Malawi. In 2007, it decided to delink the microfinance operations. It formed CUMO Microfinance Limited as an independent entity in order to respond to clients' demand for financial services more effectively. CUMO targets hard-to-reach areas where other microfinance organizations never operate. It uses a branches delivery model and hence has no branch structures in the villages where it offers its services. Its operations are also cashless. The clients get their loans through the formal banking system, and they pay back through agro-dealer companies in their respective areas. The agro-dealers deposit the cash into CUMO's bank account, claiming from CUMO a minimal collection fee. There are 4 loan products. The first one is called Masika. This is CUMO's core product aimed at helping poor people to establish small businesses or inject more capital into existing enterprises. The minimum loan an applicant can receive is $7 United States, and according to CUMO's operations manager, Gilbert Jangasia, the ceiling for Masika currently is the equivalent of $540.
It's a radar model. If they finish a small loan, they can take the next loan, which is relatively higher.
The other loan product is called Kasupe. The minimum amount a person can apply for is $200, and only those that successfully repay their Masika loans can graduate to Kasupe. Fumba is another loan product. It is intended for beneficiaries of Masika to enable them to buy farm inputs. Mtentendevu is the 4th loan product which specifically targets smallholder tea growers. The loan amounts depend on the applicant's land size and projected yield. CUMO is probably the only institution supporting the smallholder tea growers in Malawi. Fanes Biniwele from Dedza district first borrowed an equivalent of $12 from CUMO in 2000. She started selling donuts. Not only has she been able to expand her enterprise, but has also diversified into agriculture as another business with CUMO's continued support.
Ine ndidayambadi CUMO. CUMO yo idandithandiza kwa basi. Zimene zidandithandiza ine urupa nopa olo nyumba mwanga mwana ali lenji. chimanga ndimponde apa amasolo panova ndithu namangitsa nyumba yanchino ndama zimene tanga munjamu mkiyumo zimene ndithandiza ine oti panova ndifuna utsogoloko akiyumo andithandize ndifuna ndithu ndipitilire ndifuna galimoro zidzayenda apo kuti chimanga anyinzati nkamapakira okagulitsako zizayenda mu galimoromo ndiye panova ndipatsa ndalama zokwanira 80,000 ndiye panova ndikufunamo ndifuna ndipitilire ndithu utsogoloko kuti nzerenge ndithu zembipire 80,000 eyo nimafuna 100 nchakuti pene 200,000.
CUMO Microfinance Limited operates mainly through the group lending model. Each group elects a committee of leaders. 2 of the committee members travel to the nearest bank to withdraw the loan money and take it to the group's usual meeting place for distribution in the presence of a village headman. The members are encouraged to save part of their proceeds from the sale of agricultural produce or profits from their enterprises. They are also allowed to lend part of their savings to fellow group members. Repayment rates in CUMO have been excellent and in excess of 95%, propelled by the branchless and cashless delivery model.
It's a model which is laying on the chieftaincy. When we are going into the area, first of all, we talk to the district executive committee under the umbrella of the district commissioner, and then we go down to the TA's, traditional authority, and thereafter we also go down to group village headman, then to village headman. It's the village headman who assists CUMO to have the right members, because he's the one who makes sure that those who are getting loans from CUMO, they are indeed people from that particular village. So in case of any problem, this is the very same people, the village headman, group village man, and the TA who also assist us to recover the loans. So in terms of recovery, we are comfortable because the chieftaincy is also assisting us.
To keep its operational costs low, CUMO's 121 financial service officers stay right in the communities they serve. Most of them use a push bike to supervise their client groups. Peter Piri is Financial Services Officer for Chief Chitekwere area in rural Lilongwe.
I came here in 2009. At that time, there were only 30 groups in this section. But now, I have 64 groups in this section. So there's an increase of 34 groups.
Before dispersing the loans, CUMO provides training to the clients.
Looking at these people, they are in the rural areas. So we have a van, we call it training on wheels, whereby our experts in the areas of entrepreneurship, as well as HIV and AIDS, environment and market linkages, they go, they pick all the training materials and they set a very conducive environment for training. And it's a very comprehensive training whereby we monitor the performance after getting the training and so forth.
After the training, a financial services officer assists the group members to fill in loan application forms. The officer sends the forms to CUMO head office in Dedza or regional office in Zomba through their business area supervisor. The loan application information is entered into the company's loan tracking system for processing. From this point, much of the information to and from the field officers is shared electronically using mobile phone-based internet. For repayments, the groups also identify 2 members who take the cash to a nearest agro-dealer. The agro-dealer issues a CUMO receipt. Later, the field supervisor of the area collects the repayment details from the agro-dealer and sends it to the loan tracking system through the mobile phone-based internet service. Like in many other developing nations, mortality rates are high in Malawi, exacerbated by the existence of HIV and AIDS. To support clients during illness or death, CUMO has introduced insurance to all beneficiaries of its loan products. When a client falls sick and is hospitalized, the insurance company pays the client some cash to support him or her while in hospital and repays installments due to CUMO during the time of hospitalization. The amount paid to the client is equivalent to $4 for every 7 days of hospitalization over a maximum of 4 weeks. In the event of death of a client, the insurance company pays the bereaved family cash equivalent to $17 to support them finance the funeral arrangement and pays to CUMO the outstanding loan balance left by the deceased. How does a Chief Executive Officer foresee CUMO in the next 5 years?
Our wish is that CUMO should cover all the districts of Malawi. And we think that also we have a model that is 1, adaptable, 2, flexible, and 3, it's very easy to replicate. And we think that the CUMO model can also be used in other countries other than just Malawi.